Now we be the voice that got talk true. For the land we done they so for silence too.
Hello my people, you're welcome once again for Voices of Vigilance episode 7 as it dey hot. Yes, Voices of Vigilance now the channel where they amplify the voices of activists and active citizens for Obodo Naija. Yes, make we enter straight for the tori, plenty tori wey happen last week. Last week, my people, a group wey be active voice don score Oga Tinubu regime 0. No be weak pass that group wey be the Yoruba Apex Socio-Cultural Organization wey be Afenifere say Oga Tinubu regime e no try at all. Sam.
Is that a fair account of or the fair analysis or assessment of this government 2 years in office? When you say they have failed Nigerians in their performance, does it mean that there's no iota of any good that this government has done for Nigerians in the last 2 years?
Well, an iota could be tokenist. It could be tokens. For example, he comes out with 20,000 houses a year. We give birth to 20,000 people every day. That's 6 million people. We have 30 million or about 30 million homeless. If you build 20,000 houses, that's going to take a full 1,000 years. 1,000 years before every Nigerian can even dream of having a roof over their head. Is that performance? You put students on loans and say, okay, maybe some technical colleges should be free. What we have said is that STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics should be free. If you are serious about uplifting this country. What about our health? A report came out yesterday saying that Nigeria is the worst place in the world for maternity. We have the highest maternity mortality rate. And somebody is coming out and telling me, we are doing, what are you doing? The figures are there. But you realize that they never address those figures. They now start throwing these cherry-picked figures of no meaning. And even not only of no meaning, you now have to ask that, so you took out the production power of 200 million people and you're giving them rice. And that rice is only for 5 million people.
You said in your midterm assessment of the president that every human development and socio-political index has regressed.
Yes.
Is
and
that
we stand
mathematically,
by that.
factually, correct?
Yes.
Statistically?
We stand by that. We stand by that. Our GDP has gone down.
What are the indices you're talking about? What are these indices you're talking about?
GDP.
What are these indices you're talking about?
Yes, GDP, 1, poverty rate, health, homelessness, education, the amount of schools, out of school children has risen. Name it. All the important aspects of our national life has gone backward. Is it corruption we want to talk? He talks about a better do. Where is the conviction? What has happened to the court? They talk about EFCC arresting 4,011. I would very much like to know how many of them were politicians. They also said in April, inflation went down. But when you have had inflation of 30-40% for 18 months, and then you suddenly, it stabilizes. Of course it's going to stabilize. You can't fall forever. But you see, I have to go back to the beginning. Because in the president's manifesto, I think it was page 36 or 34, he specifically stated that the subsidies will not be removed until the refinery works. He did it. So what now happened was a cascade of errors. After he committed that error, then there was the error of increasing interest rates, which only now allowed for speculation and not production. And it's like a drunken sailor trying to find his balance. But what we are saying is this. You see, because it does not pay Afenifere for Nigeria to be bad. Because at the end of the day, these politicians do not buy petrol. They use government money for petrol, for their food and co. So it's the commoners, is we. And as long as we are Afenifere and we have the interests of the people at heart, we want the government to succeed.
In the same manner, another active voice will talk through to power. Now, the President General of Charismatic Bishop Conference of Nigeria will be Archbishop Leonard Bature Kawas. Don't send strong message, give Oga Tinubu. They ask and waiting, they stop him from declaring state of emergency for Benue State and other states where they get wahala, since he get the same mind to do the same for River State. Make we listen.
Refugee camps are swelling, internally displaced people are multiplying, and we are saying to our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that the time for people to be playing politics with the lives of Nigerians is over. Therefore, if Mr. President could declare a state of emergency in River State that had less crisis, what is stopping Mr. President from declaring a state of emergency in a place like Benue and a few other states that are already at war?
Yes, so my people, for inside last week again, Nnamdi Kanu matter still dey on top. One senior advocate of Nigeria, Justice Mohammed Ndarani, don't come out talk say make federal government settle Nnamdi Kanu matter and other political wahala through peaceful means like arbitration, mediation, and dialogue, instead of to drag the matter up and down for courts. The man talk this one for inside press conference for Abuja, where Indian say, this our country don't too scatter because of tribal and religious matter, and the court no go fit settle all this matter wella. He say if Tinubu want unite this country, make him use alternative dispute resolution method to settle this kind of agitation matter, and no be to the flex muzzle for inside courts. Ndarani remind government say Nigerian constitution serve, he allow peaceful settlement for criminal and civil matter, and government before don't use that method for people like Sowore and Mieti Allah chairman. So why they no fit use them for Kano now? According to Rame, this long court case they make people vex, it they wounded unity, and it they choke our court system. In say alternative dispute resolution go fit bring calm for East, peace for Middle Belt, and it go cool down tension for everywhere. For another story, last week, plenty gbasgbos happened between Reno Mockery and one active voice. We go verify the lie where Reno talk about the coastal highway. Reno say in drive for the new coastal highway, where in claim don't reach 30 kilometers. This one cause better gbasgbos for inside social media where make people drag Reno like small picking for inside mud. Listen to the video where start all this thing.
They said 30 kilometers. First of all, I expected that the president would be on the road alongside the minister. To be driving along the kilometer stretch they said they have completed, at least to give people confidence. But instead what I saw was that they all boxed themselves in a conference room and they were impressing themselves by showing drone footage of whatever they said they have done at the projector screen. But I am here on the road now, 3rd of June, 5 days after that ceremony. I am here to show you that the 30 kilometers they claim that they have done.
The highway already has 30 kilometers completed, nearly 20 kilometers from Victoria Island eastward towards Lekki Corridor, and nearly 10 kilometers from Eleko heading westward.
20 kilometers they said from VI to Eleko Corridor. The remaining 10 kilometers they said from Eleko inward. Gentlemen and ladies, I am at chainage 41.230 kilometers and Eleko junction is chainage 47.5. If you do the subtraction, apart from my odometer showing 6 kilometers and a little above it, because I drove in through a community road, this chainage is showing at this point where I am standing chainage 41.230. If you do the maths, what you have is 6.2 something kilometers. That simply means that the claim that they have completed 10 kilometers from Eleko into this place is not true. Today is 3rd of June. You can come in tomorrow, 4th of June, come and do your own. And by the way, did they just do the commissioning in order to give us that impression and everybody disappears? Because I can't even see the paver again. Have they stopped work? So in case you are thinking, oh, they have done 30 kilometers, I want to drive from VI, I want to go to Eleko. They are not together. They are disjointed like different pieces. Some kilometers here, some kilometers here. That's what they did. You are coming from Eleko, you just reach this point. Chaka, middle of nowhere. Point 2 that I expected us to be discussing is that they have said that by December, they are going to be tolling this road. And they are projecting around 3K per vehicle. We do not know for certain yet how many tolling points are going to be between VI and Eleko. If there are 2, that simply means 6,000 from VI to Eleko. And if you are going back another 6,000, that's 12,000 naira. No fuel inclusive, no other cost inclusive. And if you are a salary earner, what is minimum wage again? In a month, you would have spent how much just to go and
My people, as Reno come watch that video, in vex, come reply am.
All right, so yesterday a gentleman did a video and he called me a liar about the Lagos-Calabar coastal highway, and he said he'd gone to kilometer 30 and there was nothing there, just like a flagpole. But here's the thing, neither the government nor I as a private citizen said that if you drive from Ahmadu Bello Way up to kilometer 30, you're going to see something. That's not how it works. The Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway Section 1, which begins on Ahmadu Bello Way, is actually 30 kilometers completed. But the 30 kilometers starts from Ahmadu Bello Way, 20 kilometers all the way to Okunwaja, and then it stops there. And from the other end, from Eleko, it goes backwards 10 kilometers. So it is the Eleko backward 10 kilometers and the 20 kilometers from Ahmadu Bello Way up to Okunwaja that is 30 kilometers. Now, we've said this before, but probably the young man who did the video missed that information.
People no be smart in that active voice where they work for Objective Media no grio. In go back for that road. Go reply Reno. Listen.
So I am back to the coastal road today, 6th June 20. It's a Friday, public holiday, and supposed to be at home enjoying the holiday like every other person. But because Reno, I hope he doesn't make a mockery of his family name, lied that he stood alongside Professor Wole Soyinka to take picture at 30th kilometer and that they drove up to this point. That is exactly why I'm back. This is 30th kilometer. And you can see it, prove it. Not be me Makam. Not be me Makam. This is the project marking by the contractor. The construction engineer marked this by themselves. I only have 2 questions for Egbon, Reno, Wendell Simley. You know what I mean. Number 1 question. Do you know better than the contractor, the construction engineer, who said all they have done so far and they summed up to 30 was nearly 20 kilometers coming from VI to Lekki corridor and another nearly 10 kilometers. I'm sure that if we go to calculate the nearly 20 kilometers, if you don't even reach 15, the one that I've calculated so far that I went and drove and I saw the change marking was even the nearly 10. So that's number 1 question for you. Do you know better than the engineer who by himself confessed? I understand that the minister, out of sheer overzealousness, trying to impress everybody and the president, claimed that they had done 30. But even on the day of that, your ceremony, the engineer said, yes, even though they advertised that they are commissioning 30 kilometers, all they had done was nearly 20 in one part, another nearly 10 in another part. But you, Reno, you want to claim that you know better than that engineer. Prove it. That's number 1. Number 2 question is, this corridor is along coastal villages. In which village is kilometer 30? Me, I know it because I have come here now, and I came in through Ekwatete. Prove it to me that you and Professor Wole Soyinka drove to this point. Where did you pass to drive to this point? From VI to come and show you sat in a cozy car inside convoy, and you are claiming that you came to this place to come and snap. How did you get here? Look at the road now. Look at this is kilometer 30. They have not even sandfilled up to the required height, let alone of compacting it, and let alone of concrete pavement. In fact, there are some places, if you go further, I will show you. By the time you get to Iwereku now, you will see behind the palace, they have not even cleared it, let alone of sand fill, let alone of connecting it So when I say it's disjointed here and there, they skip some places, they sanfil it, they impress themselves. They skip another kilometers, they sanfil it, they impress themselves. From VI to Okwaja, Musirikogo, Moko 1, Moko 2, Eko Akete, Iwerekun, Awofin, Odushina, Jegi, Solo Rumija, Solo Alade, Igodo, Debojo, to Eleko. I know this corridor to an extent. Reno, tell me in which village is that kilometer 30? And by the way, to those APC online urchins, those data boys, I pity you. It is ignorance that is making you to be collecting 10,000 naira data allowance to come and be attacking us. You think it's about me? You can lie on paper, you can lie in documents, you can lie in whatever appropriation you are doing, because citizens have no access to verifying or cross-checking. But this is road now, public place. You think people will not go and check? No, like you think we will not check? Reno, you drove to kilometer 30. Show us video of you at kilometer 30. Just show us. Show us video of you at kilometer 30. This is me, 6th of June, 2025. Friday, public holiday. So Reno, after picking and twisting quotable quotes that you pick from books just to grow your online followers, you now start filling them with political lies. Me, I go boss if you try me. It's not just about the road not reaching the 30 kilometers as claimed. I also raised important questions. The original alignment for the coastal road is still there in the swamp. It's there. But the dislodged and displaced people from this to the old, if you are claiming that truly it is because of geophysical reasons or technical or whatever reason that you have to realign the road to this place, the right thing to have done therefore is to say, okay, we are displacing you from here. You go and take the original alignment and resettle there. Isn't that? That is the only way to have proven to us that truly it is because of geophysical or other technical reason that you are, not because we want to grab land under guise of road construction. So APC urchins, you are defending it today. By the time it is your turn tomorrow, you no longer have the moral justification to condemn it, because by that time you will be alone. Other persons would have taken their own, they would have licked it and moved on. It will be your own portion that time. Point number 3 I raised in that video, but all of you are shying away from, is the toll. And don't come and tell me when they finish the road, don't drive it, don't use it. They are constructing it with public fund, and we are still going to be paying toll on it. Did you hear that? So don't tell me I cannot talk about what the government is using our money to do. How much toll is fair to pay for citizens in a country that minimum wage is barely 70,000 naira? Ask your politicians, how many tolling points are they looking to install between VI and Eleko, and how much per vehicle? Point number 4 is about the shoulders. You think your life ends on typing on social media? If you also be using this road and you are going to be driving from VI to Calabar without our shoulder, instead of you to be asking important questions, you are saying, no, he's trying to discredit government. Nobody is trying to discredit government. You are saying government should not be exaggerating what they have done. We know you just...
My people, we go take our tongue, count our teeth to sabi who they talk through for inside this matter. But meanwhile, make we listen to the active voices of Charles Apoki and Aisha Yusufu. Make we see as they see this matter.
I want to go back to the Lagos-Calabar superhighway. A young man was talking to Reno Omokri. That Reno Omokri attacked him for spreading falsehood. He deliberately went to the 30-kilometer mark on the highway that is being constructed. And it was just ordinary ground. Some places have not even been bulldozed. And then I started thinking, why would Reno Omokri be using the name of Wole Soyinka and other prominent people to want to convince us about the fact that a 30-kilometer portion of the road had been completed, even when the engineer, the contractor, is saying nearly. And I came to the conclusion that he was thinking that he was talking to idiots because he wants to gain favor in a political party, whether it's PDP or APC, which is a collection of idiots who don't care about what they do, the effect on themselves and on the nation. Did Reno Omokri think that this generation will not go and verify, according to Peter Obi? And do they think they are just talking to stupid people? Let me give you an example of the East-West Road. The East-West Road from Efrun Roundabout to Oron was awarded by Major General Olusegun Obasanjo during his tenure in 2006. I'm speaking today, June 7th or thereabout, 2025, 2006 contract of 338 kilometers has not been completed after 19 years. After 19 years, Efrun to Oron has not been completed. Work is still on. Then 700 kilometers. How many years will it take to complete it? I postulated 30 years, that it will take 30 years. And defendants of idiots, who are idiots themselves, are coming there to talk rubbish. 338 kilometers, not coastal road that will cross estuaries and big bridges. Only short bridges has not been completed in 19 years. Fortune Eremosele, writing in Abuja for the Vanguard on March 31st, 2022, talked about the interview that Godswill Akpabio, the Senate President, gave in August 2019 when he was in charge of NDDC. He said that he took over at 8% completion. So 2006 to 2019, only 8%. Just like as only less than 5% has been completed, in quotes, because when I was watching the car Reno Omokri was in, the vehicle was making pruputum. It means he was still driving on concrete, that the topmost coating that will make the road smooth had not been put. Now, 2006 to 2019, only 8% was done. And Akpabio said that he took it to 80%. I dare to say that that road is not 80% completed. That road is less than 50% completed. And so they keep telling us these lies, selling these things to us, because we are idiots in their sight. And as long as we keep supporting this idiocy of people who today are in PDP, they will castigate APC as if it is made up of demons. The next moment they will say God spoke to them, or their constituents spoke to them. They are in APC. And we keep defending them and supporting them, Nigeria will remain a backward nation.
Do you know that's the part that burst my bubble? Let's even say it's these 30 kilometers that they are arguing about. Let's say it's not even 30 kilometers. Let's say it is 100 kilometers. 100 kilometers out of over 700 kilometers road is what you are now using to pride yourself that you've done something. This is like failure, as in failure is sitting down and accepting that they are failure. You know, that thing beats my mind. I cannot even imagine that a human being will stand and be defending 30 kilometers out of a road that's supposed to be over 700 kilometers. Lord have mercy.
Oh yes, my people. Now here we go end today's Tori for this week. I beg make you no forget to subscribe, like and share our posts so that YouTube go feel recommend them for others. We go see next week. Bye.